Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Beyond Amazing Spider-Man 60 Amazing Years. This is the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man 2022 from the Amazing Fantasy Volume 15, which had Spider-Man in his first appearance. So this figure is the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. So his first appearance, it is not the classic blue and red suit that we see, and he has web wings and stuff. And this is a pretty awesome figure. A very similar articulation scheme to that of like the Ultra Articulated Spider-Man from the Spinneret 2-pack, but as you can see, there is a noticeable size difference between the two, and this one does not have the drop-down hips and does not have articulated toes, but pinless legs, pinless elbows, and all of that, and then the inverted ab crunch with the diaphragm joint. So we get all of that, plus we got hands galore. So out of the package, you have one thwip, one fist, and so then we get the other thwip, the other fist, then we get the wall-crawling hands, which is awesome, and then we get these web-holding hands, which we pretty much never get with Spider-Man. So that is actually pretty cool. We actually get this web effect that is super duper old, needs to be retired, needs to stop using this. We don't like this. Why do you keep giving this to us? But at least we get some kind of web piece effect. We also get these two different clip-on pieces. These are for the web wings that they would clip onto his on the biceps themselves. So we get the two where, you know, if he's actually got his arms kind of stretched out, you can actually have those web wings. And then here you have these other ones that just are kind of the relaxed web wings that kind of give that look there. So that is pretty awesome. Looking at the package, windowless packaging, the plastic free. We get the artwork from Amazing Fantasy number 15, the cover. We get a 3D render of the figure there, and on the front, back of the package, same thing. We see all the different accessories that he comes along with, and that's pretty much it. Super light packaging, blah blah blah. Amazon had shipped them out, so I am excited to show you guys the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. Okay, so here's an up-close look at this Spider-Man. So I'm starting here because I'm re-recording a section because this part really pissed me off when I was trying to work with these stupid web wings. I hate these web wings. I think they're absolutely stupid, and I don't like them. And it's probably just because it took me way too long to figure out this is how it's supposed to be, because I think this just looks kind of out of whack and dumb, because they're like here, but they're supposed to kind of be like a subtle look, right? In certain poses you might see them, otherwise they're not. It's really weird. You can't, and then they just pop off when you move the arm. Like I don't like them at all. Like I feel like it just doesn't work. I don't know. Something about it. I just really hate how that clips on like that. To me, like this raised portion should be here, but that doesn't like work with the figure. Like if you try to port it on, it doesn't actually fit or work. As you can see, I'm having like the hardest, like that doesn't make sense, right? It's not gonna work that way. So it just really don't like them. So I'm never ever gonna use them. I might use these because these ones didn't give me any problems. Like I would just like, oh, okay, so the textured part's gonna go out so people could see them, right? And you just kind of plug it in there. Hold on, let me try that again. You just kind of plug it in there. And then there you go. And look, that looks right. That makes sense. Okay, I got you, Hasbro. But the other ones don't work as well. Anyway, that's enough of those web wings. I won't talk about them again because I really don't like them. And I hate that we got peg holes because of them. But anyway, looking at the Spider-Man, web lines all look pretty good. I have no QC issues on mine, thank God. But the web lines look really good. We get that old school first appearance Spider logo there on the front. On the back, we get that same one. Now, I know Shardamus has brought this up when he had his first early look. It is red, not blue like it should be from Amazing Fantasy Volume 15. Just one of those things. Not sure why Hasbro made the change and Marvel approved it and all that. But we get this dark gray. It's kind of like a black, but I really want to call it a dark gray because it's not super dark or anything like that. Toy Biz gave us this Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, and they did a black. As you can see, it's a little bit lighter in color, so that's why I'm going to call it a really dark gray. But this is the first time I believe Hasbro has given us a first appearance Spider-Man, and I think he looks awesome. We get pinless elbows and pinless knees, so those are new. Again, the articulation is like the Ultra Articulated Spider-Man, just no drop-down hips and no articulated toes. But other than that, he looks pretty damn awesome. And again, he comes with these relaxed web wings, and then these stretched out web wings that are trash. And then we get all the hands in the world. The highlight is going to be these web holding hands. So we actually get two of these, one for the right, one for the left. So when you use that spider effect, you can actually have him either like hold this end of it, and he can actually hold it like that, which is pretty cool. So let's swap out one of those hands. You just pull, And then at the wrist peg, you could just port that right into the arm there. And then he can hold on to the web like so. So not bad. Except the web line, we need new ones of these. These are really old. They've used them a bunch of times. But Spider-Man looks awesome. Now let's see how he moves. Okay, so Spider-Man, the good thing about this one compared to the ultra articulated one, his head is not on a dumbbell joint, it is on a disc hinge, so Spider-Man can look all the way up. He can look all the way down. One thing to note that I don't like about this is look at how the back of the neck looks. You could see the ball peg and everything. It just doesn't sit on there quite right, in my opinion, or they just didn't, something about it's just really weird from the back. You know, I don't know how often you're gonna actually have it to where you'll see that and things like that, but just it bothers me a little bit. Full swivel rotation, and you do get a lot of neck pivot on there, which is really good. The shoulders, you can get the shoulders to actually go up quite a bit, which is awesome. You get a full rotation in there. You have a butterfly joint, so getting to the butterfly to go back and forward. Oh, there we go. It was a little stiff. Ah, chipped the shit out of it. Damn. So you can get the arm to go back only so far. Coming forward, work around, and I'll pop. Damn, I'm popping that arm right off the shoulder. Holy crap. You got to be really careful with what you're doing with this guy. Otherwise, maybe I'm just being a little too rough. But anyway, I was trying to get some good crossbody, but you can get that much there if you don't start to pull the arm, the bicep out of there. But again, be careful with the butterfly, because look at that. I'm starting to chip the paint right there. Oh, don't want to do that. Not too happy with that. We get the diaphragm cut, the upper diaphragm cut, and this one's actually pretty limited, so it kind of sucks, but I'm glad we have it. He can pivot to his left that much, which isn't a whole lot. Pivot to his right that much, which isn't a whole lot. Going back, very, very little. Coming forward, very, very little. That sucks. Inverted ab crunch, though, so you can get him to go back that much in total. Coming forward, you can get him to go that much, crunching forward, so that is actually pretty good. And what saves it, you get a swivel at that diaphragm joint, because there is no waist swivel. Legs go out that far apart, which is pretty good. There is no drop down hip feature. He can't kick forward that much, which is not bad. The leg does go back, upper thigh cut in there, double jointed knee like so, and they do have the pinless knees again, and then calf swivel right there. Foot hinges all the way down. Hinge up quite a bit. Ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Did I talk about the elbows? I don't think I did. Double jointed elbows that are pinless. So let's see, we get that much bend there at the elbow, which is really nice. And then wrists swivel, and they do hinge. And then the web holding hand, look at that. We actually get the vertical hinge on those web holding hands. So that is awesome that we get the right hinge to swing on those webs. So not too shabby, Hasbro. Pretty good, but the diaphragm cut is pretty disappointing, but awesome body. This figure is going to be used a couple more times this year, because we know that the animated series Spider-Man, the cel-shaded version on the retro card, that will actually be this body mold, and then the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends 3-pack with Firestar and Iceman will have this exact Spider-Man in the super classic light blue, bright red colors that I think most people are really going to want, and it sucks because you're going to have to get a 3-pack of figures that you may not want, even though that Firestar is going to be great. We just got one like maybe a year ago, so it's pretty crazy, but whoops. Pretty good Spider-Man figure. And for some comparisons for you, here we have the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, the Toy Biz version from the Sentinel Build-A-Figure wave, the Hasbro 60th anniversary figure, and then the 2-pack Spinneret Spider-Man, the Renew Your Vows, which is the best Spider-Man in my opinion. A lot more range of motion in this guy versus this guy, but what I really like about this one is the size of the figure itself. There's not a whole lot of muscle definition in the legs and the arms and things like that. So size-wise, he's a little bit smaller, which a lot of times Spider-Man, could be pictured a little bit smaller, or maybe even a younger Spider-Man. I really like kind of that aspect of it, but this one is still going to be the best Spider-Man figure. And then here, of course, we have the Toy Biz one, which I talk bad about Toy Biz all the time. It's no secret. I don't like Toy Biz, mainly because they're older figures. I like newer figures. I like to streamline what I collect, how I collect, and Toy Biz is not something that would be a part of it. I think I got this in a lot of figures that I had bought off of 978 Customs. It happened to be included in there. It's not one that I particularly cared about, because look at it. There's cool paint apps on there, sure. The web lines aren't painted all that clean, and the proportions are super funky and wonky. But yeah, if Toy Biz was your thing, that's cool. It's just not for me. But they are about the same size. The Hasbro one's a little bit taller, but Hasbro wins it for me. But I get that it's not a dedicated sculpt, whereas here the web lines were actually sculpted. That spider logo was sculpted. This one, it's all just paint. I'm okay with that. I don't think we need the logo to have been sculpted on there. I'm good with that just the way it is. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you prefer a unique sculpt like this, where even the painted in web lines aren't going to be that clean, or something like this where the body is all just painted on and can be reused for other bodies? That's what Hasbro does. That's not anything new, but you guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think? Toy Biz or Hasbro? Hasbro all the way. Okay, so now it's frustrating because like the upper torso has a little bit of limited articulation. The same with the butterfly joints. You can get them into some semi-decent poses kind of thing. I feel like I just kind of got lucky with this, and it's halfway decent, but like his feet aren't completely flat. You just can't get that back one without, you know, having toe articulation. So it's difficult. Certain poses can be done, but you really have to be patient and really work with it. I'm gonna try for a couple more. Let's see what I can do. Granted, I'm not the best at this, so that's also gonna be a problem, but I'll see what I can do, you know, with its limitations. I mean, here's another one. I feel like this is an actual one. You don't see this too often. So easy stuff you can do, but it's the more intricate things that are going to be difficult for him. I feel like here is another like decent one. You can actually really, you know, utilize those butterfly joints quite a bit. Here is you can kind of do that crossbody so you can hold on to the web line like so. Okay, so here's just kind of a final pose that I put together. I'm just not the greatest at putting, you know, different poses together, but, you know, even with the limited articulation and the diaphragm and the butterfly joints, you can still get them into some nice poses. Again, it's just a matter of, you know, being able to do it. Like, I can't freely do it. I just have to copy like what I see in pictures and try my best. But still a solid Spider-Man figure all around. Okay, so to finish off the review here, I am recreating that cover with Stan Lee being rescued by Spider-Man, of course. And this is pretty cool when you can do things like this. I still really hate the web wings. The web accessory isn't the best. It's also not terrible. You know, if they were able to do some kind of bendy wire, it doesn't need to be like a translucent plastic. And I'd be okay with that, you know, if they use bendy wire or something, that would be pretty awesome. But, you know, as it is right now, this is pretty cool. I really like the set. I'm glad that we got a first appearance Spider-Man. I don't mind that it's painted. All the web lines and the spider logo are painted instead of like a sculpted lines and design and all of that. I think it works really well. I really like the colors, that like really dark gray with the red came out looking really nice. I have no real QC issues with mine. Yes, I kind of chipped up the paint a little bit, and that sucks. Just be careful with your butterfly joints. I probably should have heated it up. I hate if you have to do that to a figure though. And usually with Hasbro figures, you really don't have to do that. So it's just kind of one of those things. But anyway, you guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of this Spider-Man figure? Are you picking it up? Did you get yours in from Amazon? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit the join button and join the MCU Collective and becoming a channel member. And as always, thank you guys for watching.